behind me is this red sandstone cross, the Tara Cross, a replacement for the original of 1557 when Tara became a borough of Barony. There's an old saying which goes, choose ye or chise ye at the cross at Tara, fidder to gang to Aberdeen or Elgin O'Mara. Now I'm looking up the high street of Tara on a quiet Sunday afternoon, apart from the cars going up and down. Can you imagine though, something like 100 years ago, when the farm servants used to meet here for Porter Fair? That was the biggest fee market in Aberdeenshire. Now the fee market took the farm servants and the farmers. The farmers would say, are you looking for a fee, men? And someone would, well, a lot of people were feed for the 6 months, would you believe, for something like 10 shillings. And they had to stay 6 months at the same farm. I'm just looking up again towards Banff, where this particular farm servant with his bonnet decided to fee to a famous farm, one of the most popular bothy ballads we've ever produced. Let Robert Lovey tell the story.
I go down to Tara Market for to fee, and I fall in with a wealthy farmer for the barn yards at Elgitty. Lentinati, Turinati, Lentinati, Turinay, Lentin, Taurin, Lauren, the barn yards at Elgitty. He promised me the twa best horse that were in all the country round. When I got him to the barn yards, there was nothing there but skin and bone. Lentinati, Turinati, Lentinati, Turinay, Lentin, Taurin, Lauren, the barn yards at Elgitty. They all Grimmere sit on a hunk of the olden horse lay in the grime, and all the dyke would hop and cry, they would not rise at the yoking time. Lentinati, Turinati, Lentinati, Turinay, Lentin, Taurin, Lauren, the barn yards at Elgitty. No long make Scotch marks my bros, no it's where I can agree. First a note and sign a mod, and either other splash a brie. Lentinati, Turinati, Lentinati, Turinay, Lentin, Taurin, Lauren, the barn yards at Elgitty. Jean McPherson marks my bed, you'll see the marks upon my shins. For Jean, the goose I'll trick a judge, you felt my bed with prickly wins. Lentinati, Turinati, Lentinati, Turinay, Lentin, Taurin, Lauren, the barn yards at Elgitty. When I get to the kirk on Sunday mornings, the bonny lass I see from sitting by her feyther side, winking o'er the pews at me. Lentinati, Turinati, Lentinati, Turinay, Lentin, Taurin, Lauren, the barn yards at Elgitty. No sunken drinking, nae be drunken, sunken fechten, nae be slain, but I can court another man's loss, and I be welcome to my inn. Lentinati, Turinati, Lentinati, Turinay, Lentin, Taurin, Lauren, the barn yards at Elgitty. The Colonel knew it is Bruntoot, the snotter's fairly on the wane. Say fare ye will, ye barn yards, you'll never catch me here again. Lentinati, Turinati, Lentinati, Turinay, Lentin, Taurin, Lauren, the barn yards at Elgitty.
Well, we can't possibly do an all-meal mill show without coming to a genuine all-meal mill. There's so much of the all here. This is the quality product as I come to Mangere Mills and with Donald MacDonald. Any significance, Donald, that I happen to be in the dispatch area?
No, really, Robbie. Stuff's got to come in, it's got to leave. You've arrived, we'll take you through the process for here.
Well,
and that you're getting heavy after that.
Well, just guide us through briefly what happens, Donald.
Well, obviously the corn's got to come into the place. Originally, it would have come in more or less for where standing here and using now, Robbie. Behind us are the two original main doors into the building, and that wall behind us has been here since about the mid-1860s or 1870 or thereabout, when the mill was first bigged. And it's really behind there that things start to happen. With the corn coming in, it's couped down what we call the corn hole, which is basically just a hopper below the flare, and the corn was couped in there. And even now, although we're not using the corn hole the same way, it's still the same elevators and the same process. The elevator lifts the corn up to the top of the building, and it goes through 3 machines, sorry, I beg your pardon, 4 machines, to clean the corn and dress out the seconds and the small stuff. Some of the seconds are collected and egging on to be used as bruising or hail-outs for feeding sheep and poultry. The bulk of the good corn, of course, is the stuff we're really interested in for making meal. That's collected off separately and goes onto the cow for drying. And we're still lucky enough to have the old-fashioned flat cow.
What do you mean lucky enough? What do you mean by that?
Well, it's a lot slower than modern day dryers, but it takes us maybe 4 hours to dry enough corn to make a ton of oatmeal. But the great thing is, it's a slow process. We turn the corn over a couple of times by hand during that 4 hours. Being slow, with great control over the heat, we can take the moisture hang down, almost burning it, and that toasts the corn and gives the oatmeal its flavour. That's the reason we're still here, is the flavour that we can put into it.
So
and
that-
the texture.
So that's the quality, isn't it?
That's the quality side of it. Aye.
Yeah. Well, briefly, you've described it to us, and I'm just looking down here, because this is where the horse and care come in, isn't it?
That's correct.
Yeah.
I can manage alone, the horse and cart being back at tea here. And I'm told actually, my mother had a heart attack here because I was standing between the hind legs of a horse, and he was kint as a kicker, and he stood there as I was rocking up to clap his bonny horse.
Dearie me. Well,
But I got a wow.
well, that's hardly the cue for us, but thanks to you, Donald, it just is. The horse are in the stable and the cow are in the byre. Aye, we really are at the Allmeal Mill.
When the horse are in the stable and the cow are in the byre, and the hard day's work is over, and the all folk roon the fire, I come slipping through the heather to unfair my hen to the hell, just to see my bonny lassie by the old meal mill. She's got een like brambleberries, she's got cheeks like mountain haws, and her lips are red like cherries. She's the bonniest flower that blows. How I weary for the louding, how I long to quit the drill, then set off to meet my lassie by the Allmeal Mill. The all folk oft times wonder what can keep me out so late, but they never gang to sleep until they hear me snake the gate. But the old man he jalouses when he sees me take the hell, that I'm off to meet my lassie by the Allmeal Mill.
Well, I think I'll stay here at the Allmeal Mill and allow our guests to whiz round the country. Fancy a budgie show? Well, here's Ian Middleton, one of the fine guests we've had at the Allmeal Mill. Although wheelchair bound now, he's got this sense of humour, the real Doric sense of humour. Ah, come on, Ian, the twa budgies.
At a bird show, perched upon their pews, twa budgies had a lengthy news. And if their language had been kent, then maybe this is foo it went. Me, I'm fair for fucking with frustration. This bird show's just an education for what a show shapely hurdies. Of course, I never sees them all but spurdies. It's my first bird show since I was hatched, and I've never seen the like to matched. You see, I bides up at Dam and Towel, and up there I hardly sees a soul. Och, but I've sampled umpteen shows afore. My name's Jokey, Fickentower, but I will admit the talent here's the best I've seen for monies an year. I ken frustrations files a sook, but your troch is foo, so he a dook. I sees hen it would leave you weak, that ain't the lipstick in her beak. You ken, Jock, I'm real peeved at coming third, especially a hen that stuck-up bird. It's a new to call you round the twist, in fact. I feels like getting blistered. And yon judgy lad was half a roch. He cowped my hour to see each hoch. He would half an ear ca yon perverse. He even looked up my pedigree. Oh, I ken. There's nae decorum. He's just like all the eens afore him. But at least he must be fair of face. I never even got a place. In fact, I'm getting all vrocht up. For a man I thought he'd left a cup, and fine I ken just fits at stake. But he's threatened a forward to rocks my neck. Ach, I want and a fash yourself. For only living birds'll sail. Just ye get wired into your seed for your nae damned east van inch your deed. Only why? How do we get on at home? Our conversations aye the same. A monotonous, far's my little loony joy, and far's a pretty little boy. Oh well, I wanna tell a lee. I files gets to watch TV. But the nacht at Dallas, Lord look out. Hey chap, and I'm hopped wi' a clout. But my favourite program's World of Boots. I think it's specially owned to suits. For as files in yon Australian stations, I sees a flock of relations. We've nae TV. We've just a tranny, 100 dooning-faced granny. Dallas, Lord, nae even close. Just Robbie Shepherd and Andy Ross. In fact, the money's as damn tacht, we've a till a lamp for lacht. And you ken for the cause a modern sonnet. The words of the Tory in his bonnet. Sht! Here comes all Garniface. I'll stick my chest out just in case. If I look my best, he'll shaft his grudge and take his spite out on the judge. But mind, if you're ever doing my way, be sure and give us a shout and by. And if ever I'm in Tam and Towel, I'll likewise just give you a howl. Fair on you, Jock, and hist ye back, for Lord, I've fair enjoyed our crack. I hope I sees you next year, Jokey, for I'll be a full ground budgie cookie. Hey, would you look at that afore you gang? I feels like busting into song. That painted dart gave us a sultry look. Oh God, I need another duke.
A name revered whenever Scottish dance music is mentioned is that of Ian Powrie with his great band of the 50s and 60s. Great solo player still. So we join Ian upriver, a few miles from Turriff, looking down on the Devon. So what better tune could he play than the Slow Suspay, the beauty of the north? And that's to be followed by The Recluse. most popular guest to join in with the chief miller at the Almeal Mill is George Duffus of Dundee. Now, his Tayside accent complements rather well the Doric, but he's rather good at putting over a song. Here at the How Muresque, he's going to serenade us with When You and I Were Young Maggie.
I wandered today to the hills, Maggie, to watch the scenes below. Ah, the creek and the creaking old mill, Maggie, where we kissed so long ago. The green grass is gone from the hills, Maggie, where first the daisy sprung, and that creaking old mill is now stilled, Maggie, since you and I were young. Well, they say that I'm feeble with age, Maggie, my step not as sprightly as then, and my face is a well-written page, Maggie, and time all alone was the pen. They say that we've outlived our time, Maggie, as dated as songs that we sung. But to me, you're as fair as you were, Maggie, since you and I were young. They say that we've outlived our time, Maggie, as dated as songs that we sung. But to me, you're as fair as you were, Maggie, since you and I were young. Since you and I were young.
Another stalwart of the show is Bill Hepburn, who normally plays for the Bobby Watson Dancers. He's a fine solo piper in his own right. And here he is outside Delgary Castle, starting off his set with the March of the Cameron Men. That's to be followed by Craig Brown, Hot Punch, and Colonel Robertson, which you'll probably recognise as the Massacre of Glencoe. One of the top musicians in Scotland is accordionist Gordon Patillo, who farms at Tullybackert, so just the perfect man to join us on the all-meal mill. Here, he's picking bluebells. Well, it's the bluebells of Scotland and the bluebell polka.
There are lots of things for spreading, too numerous to name. There's fire and manure, and then, of course, there's fame. But the thing that spreads the quickest, I'm sure you will agree, is the spoken word of rumour. Listen, and you'll see. Now, the rumour that I speak of was started by a man in Inverness. He whispered it from in behind his hand. "Here, Wally, have you heard the crock? It's really dreadful stuff." I heard it when I was guttered, so it must be right enough. Well, Willie was quite upset when he heard what must have been. He quickly phoned his brother George, who lived in Aberdeen. Is that a fact? That's a fact. That's given me quite a shock. Next time I met Peter, he'd tell our cousin Jock. Instead, he telled his bidie in, a buskin doctress lass. She telled Steen Hive and fit her cairn in Elka tune she'd pass. Well, that's fit I heard only why. Just keep it to yourself. Of course they kept it just like her, and they couldn't wait to tell. At last it reached all Farfar, and the lass was nothing loath. She telled it till a fisherman, for telled it till Arbruth. Jabayawa was their reaction, or maybe, dear I me, and they couldn't wait to tell, so it gaed until Dundee. And what a hell. Well, I'll no tell a promise on my life. Of course they took it southward, and the story entered Fife. You hear, sir, that's ridiculous, that. You could have picked me off the flare. In fact, I can't believe it. You better tell me more. Well, more and more and more and more, the story spread around till they spelt it out in capitals in Edinburgh tune. They shouted it in Leith, and then grew more discreet, for the story passed up Old Leith Walk and into Princes Street. Somebody took it on the Glasgow train that very self-same day, so if you come from Glasgow, you'll have heard it. By the way, that's not where it finished, for the story was then passed to a steamer sailing westward to Old Ireland and Belfast. What about, you know, the Irish said, that really is a shame, but they didn't like the rumour, so they sent it back again. The Stranraer heading northwards, the Ayr and Old Kintyre, but this time it was spreading freely like the heather that's on fire. Open Marland, Tobermory, Mallaig, Kyle, and that is where, once again, by way of water, the story passed to Skye. But they didn't spread it further, and the reason is because by the time they'd paid the toll bridge, they'd forgotten what it was.
Well, here we are back at Smithy Cottage in Howmuresque. Well done, George, with the rumour, that classic of Andy Stewart's. How about another song? This time, perhaps? Aye, The Rose of Allendale.
The morn was fair, the skies were clear, no breath came o'er the sea, when Mary left her Highland cot and wandered forth with me. The flowers decked the mountainside, and fragrance filled the vale. By far the sweetest flower there was the rose of Allendale. 'Twas the rose of Allendale, the rose of Allendale. By far the sweetest flower there was the rose of Allendale. Where'er I wandered, east or west, though fate began to lour, a solace still was she to me in sorrow's lonely hour. When tempest lashed her gallant bark and rent her shivering sail, one maiden form withstood the storm was the rose of Allendale. 'Twas the rose of Allendale, the rose of Allendale. One maiden form withstood the storm was the rose of Allendale. And when my fevered lips were parched on Afric's burning sand, she whispered hopes of happiness and tales of distant land. My life has been a wilderness, unblessed by fortune's gale, and fate not linked my love to hers, the rose of Allendale, the rose of Allendale, the rose of Allendale. By far the sweetest flower there, the rose of Allendale. By far the sweetest flower there, the rose of
Thank you, George. I think we'll just stay because beside you, we've got Ian Powrie joining you at Smitty Cottage. So Ian's going to play for his second set, Professor Blackie. That'll be followed by Craigellachie Brig and The Lasses of Stewarton. Robert Lovey told us earlier about the farm servant feed at the barnyards at Elgary. He promised me the twa best horse that ever I set my een upon. Well, Robert comes nearer to me here, just down the road there. Tell us about the feed man at the Guys at Tuch, Robert.
I get up the effort for to get a feed, and I fall in with Jamie Brunin with him at the degree. A high dum day, high dum a diddle, dum a high dum day. Now I engaged with Jamie Brunin the year of 91, taking him and cause second pair and be his or a man. Dum a high dum do, a high dum day, high dum a diddle, dum a high dum day. I'm the master of the place, and that's the mistress there. You'll fairly get some bread and cheese and plenty more to spare. Dum a high dum do, a high dum day, high dum a diddle, dum a high dum day. Then I get to the stable, my Perry for to view. I fix to wear a dandy pair of chestnut and a blue. Dum a high dum do, a high dum day, high dum a diddle, dum a high dum day. Now on the following morning, well, I get to the blue, but long, long a losing time, my Perry got my roo. Dum a high dum do, high dum day, high dum a diddle, come a high dum day. My blue shoe is no working wheel shoe when you throw the far. The golf affairs are better not this many take it for. Dum a high dum do, a high dum day, high dum a diddle, come a high dum day. We have a gallant Bailey in Wallace is his name, and he can fair it up the kife and he takes down the came. Come a high dum do, a high dum day, high dum a diddle, come a high dum day. And we have a gallant Kinchy lass, her name is Betty Brune. Twould fairly talk a settle, get her middle take a run. Dum a high dum do, a high dum day, high dum a diddle, come a high dum day. She dresses up on Sunday where he'd have been the level, with quarrels of ivory that would scare the very devil. Come a high dum do, a high dum day, high dum a diddle, come a high dum day. My song is nearly ended and I'll nae sing ony mair, and if ony of ye's offended you can walk outside the door. Come a high dum do, a high dum day, we a high dum a diddle, come a high dum day.
Earlier on we heard Graham Geddes in the band with the Strip the Willow. Now Graham does valuable work at the show, backing all the artists. So it's fitting that we go back to Delgary Castle with the water wheel outside, the same as the water wheel and the mill inside of the capital. Come on Graham, this time the Petronella. Characters at the All-Meal Mill concert must be Simon Brown, the late Simon. Fear and trepidation, he came on the stage the second half of a concert where he'd had his wee dram maybe, and he says, "Robbie, can I tell a story?" Well, I wondered. It was a guy's story, but he took the house down, as he did with his own poem. When he visualised his own funeral, that was the mark, the humour of the man. And with his family's permission, this is our wee tribute to someone no longer with us on his own funeral. All Brownie's deed, he's wheel awa, for all there's strikes and frost and snaw, for all there's VAT and income tax. Brown thought it time that he'd relax. No, Dr. Black come down to see if it why all Brown he had to die. He said that there was little doubt all Brown's time had just run out. But he said that could have been inflation, for it had crippled all the nation. If the whisky hadn't been so dear, Brown could have lived another year. And the price of coal was bound to rocket to put £100 in the miner's pocket. In the Hydra board, Brown lost all faith that he sat and foggy and starved to death. But the same Brown could have died of fear that threepence making on to the pint of beer, and the woodbines they could go sky high. So poor old Brown was forced to die. Sounderna, he gid recht down to make a box to hod all Brown, and into it all Brown was stopped with socks and snails, the lid was chopped. Now in Brown's well it was clearly stated that he didn't want to be cremated. For all Brown's life he'd hen calf eat, and he was feared he wouldn't stand the heat. So to the kirk they took all Brown. It was the scandal of Fogey Tomb. The folk a said it was na fair, for it was the first time Brown had been in there. Then Hans's hearse it wouldna shaft to gie all Brown his final left. But though Hans he was a bitty late, all Brown had plenty time to wait. Then Paddy Chunion houk it down to get a hole to hod all Brown. For 70 year, all Brown did toil to get happy wi' 6 feet of soil. Now the folk all stood round all Brown's grave, and the minister did yap and rave. He could have saved his precious when Brown couldn't hear a bloody thing. And when Brown got up to the pearly gates, the angels they all stood agape. They said, "Look, Brown, if you've nae ticket, we canna let you through the picket." And they said, "Man, you can't do much evil. You'll ging down below and bide with the devil. And there you'll meet all your cronies that boozed in the new inn, and the rest will be down, or we call the man." So again, all you folk just listen to me. As sure as you're living, you're sure to die. Nae matter in this world as to fit you die. You're gonna win, and that you'll see. There can't be any more authentic nor compelling ballad singers than our next guest, Jim Reid. Most folk associate Jim with putting the music to the lovely words of Varric Jacob in The Wild Geese. Here's his own song on a similar theme, The Grey Lag.
The summertime is bonny, and mist folks say they like it best of all. But there's a thing missing, the grey lag geese have a flown far away. When autumn comes eens meer, the wind blaas cold and nights are grauw and black. There's a thing sent to cheer me, as soon that says again, the grey lag's back. When winter clouds blaw ower, and folk wi' heats doon collars turned up high, mine I stray upward, looking for yon lamskeen in the sky. And then when days grow longer, the springtime are just to be moving on. But roots can had ye stronger, and then you realize the geese are gone. So thrilled and shaken by their cry, I saw far up the echoing sky the wild geese go by and pass from sight. I envy all the wild geese that can just fly to countries over the sea. ken Norway, Iceland, Greenland. They ken the wild living, wild and free.
Oucha! Midges! There's a cue for a song from Jim again. This time it's not midges, it's all about flesh.
Old Sandy Brown was tucked in bed, he couldn't sleep a va. He tossed and turned and asked his wife to gie his back a clap. Head up your sark, says Mary Jane, oh head it up, says she. And I'll just hae a look about to see what I could see. So Sandy hugged up his sark with money groans and fecks, and then along his summit, chock-a-block with flecks. There was great big flecks and little flecks, and flecks you couldn't have flagged. There was flecks with piles and flecks with piles, and a fleck with a wooden leg. Now a monster fleck come on the scene, he towered to bend the ma. He'd muckle lugs and curly hair, and teeth just like a saw. He had been hiding in Sandy's sark since 1892, and he was haeing a look about to see what he could chaw. Now Sandy's hurdies, they were bare, the fleck rose with delight, and sank his teeth in Sandy's hands and gave him muckle bite. Now Sandy roared, but the fleck hung in till Sandy nearly grad. Syne Mary took the rolling pin and knocked the monster flat. Now Sandy's feeling better now, nae flecks alow his sark, but he's got lumps across his ribs, the flecks have left their mark. He offers up a prayer each night, likewise his good wife Jane, that they'll be blessed as long as they live, and their hae flecks again.
For yond ben he see the red skies are gloaming he blonde like a rose and the fading war. The day is deep and the evening is coming, it's him and with me, no worries and frown. It's him and with me, it's him and with me, it's him and with me, no worries and frown. It's him and with me, it's him and with me, it's him and with me, no worries and frown. Joys like the hours be I fading and fleeting, yet often shall memory the vision recall, and hope dream o' morning another life meeting. It's him and with me, no for either wrong. It's him and with next, it's him and with next, it's him and with next, no for either wrong. It's him and with next, it's him.